Every 19 minutes, there's a senior fatality from a fall. Imagine being afraid to take a step, not because you don't want to, but because you simply can't trust your body. More than 1 out of every 4 adults over the age of 65 falls every single year, and less than half of them tell their doctor about it. But what if it didn't have to be this way? What if you could regain mobility, improve your balance, and live without fear of falling? Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Klingler, a physical therapist dedicated to helping seniors improve their balance and strength. In this video today, I'm gonna be talking about the 6 things that impair seniors' balance as they age. Stay tuned for number 6, because I found in my clinical practice for it to be the single most important factor that impairs balance. I'll also be talking about the key exercises you need in place in your life to improve your balance. One of them is so easy, you can do it today while you're brushing your teeth. First, let's talk about why balance declines with age. Now, it's clear that we're living longer than ever before. It's estimated that by the year 2050, there will be more Americans over the age of 65 than under the age of 15 for the first time in history. Yet, 92% of seniors have one or more chronic health conditions that plague them as they age. Many of these diseases like sarcopenia, osteopenia, and diabetes make us more susceptible to falls or fall-related complications. With age, maintaining balance becomes increasingly challenging. The statistics are alarming. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that 75% of adults over the age of 70 are balance impaired. And the CDC reports that 1 in 4 adults over 65 will fall this year. Falls represent the leading cause of accidental death in Americans over the age of 65, and this doesn't even take into account those who die from fall-related complications in the years following a fall. So what causes balance to decline with age? Balance is a sophisticated function that requires the integration of multiple body systems at the same time. As we age, we will experience a degeneration in these systems that will compromise our balance. Let's explore each of these systems to understand how they affect our balance. First, the degeneration of our somatosensory system plays a big role in our balance decline with age. By age 70, we can lose up to 40% of the small hair cells in our inner ear, which are crucial for sensing where our body is in space. Our visual system also plays a big role in balance. Conditions like cataracts or macular degeneration can make it difficult for us to perceive where we are in relation to the environment around us and impair our footedness. Cognitive function also plays a big role in our balance, and as cognition declines with age, our balance will decline in step. Studies show that seniors with even mild cognitive impairments are significantly more likely to experience balance issues and falls. Joint mobility also plays a big role in balance. If you don't have full fluid range of motion of your joints, you're going to be less aware of what's going on in your joints and less likely to catch yourself if you do lose your balance. Also, polypharmacy, or the use of multiple medications, can also impact balance. Antidepressants, beta blockers, opioids, and other medications have dizziness as a known side effect, which impairs balance and makes it more likely for seniors to fall. These factors, like degeneration of the somatosensory system, the visual system, cognitive decline, joint mobility, and polypharmacy, all play an important role in reducing our balance, but they don't tell the full story. One of the most often overlooked factors, and the one that might be impairing your balance the most, is your strength. After the 3rd decade of life, adults begin to lose muscle mass. The average 80-year-old will have 40% less muscle than their 30-year-old self. What's even more concerning is that we lose what are called type 2 muscle fibers. You see, we have 2 different types of muscle fibers within our body. Type 1, that's responsible for endurance-based activities like walking, standing, postural support, and type 2, which is responsible for faster movements like standing up from the ground, lifting something overhead, or in our case, catching yourself if you were to lose your balance. Type 2 muscle fibers decline much more rapidly with age. By the time you reach the age of 80, 50% of your type 2 muscle fiber area is gone. That represents a significant reduction in your ability to catch yourself if you were to lose your balance, like right before a fall. If you want more information on why we lose muscle as we age, check out this video right here. Now, get this. According to a study in Age and Aging, for every 10-pound decrease in grip strength, there's a 30% increased likelihood of falling. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, how could grip strength impact my likelihood of falling? And really, grip strength is just a proxy for other strength throughout the rest of the body. If one part of your body has gotten weaker, it probably means your legs have gotten weaker as well. And just you as a human being have gotten weaker, and thus you're gonna be more likely to fall. Similarly, the Women's Health and Aging study found that those in the lowest quartile of muscle strength were 2.6 times more likely to fall. When you lose muscle strength, it's like losing the foundation of your balance. And specifically, this is important for our lower body muscles, which is why it's imperative that we build lower body strength to ward off the effects of aging, but also to reduce our risk of falling. In the next section, I'm going to talk to you about the best exercises for improving your lower body strength and decreasing your risk of falling. Now that we understand why balance declines with age, it's time to test your balance. Now, with all of these tests, you want to make sure you're in a safe position. If you're doing these by yourself, I'd recommend being in the corner of a room in your house with a chair set up in front of you to place your hands on if you do lose your balance. The last thing you'd want to do is to lose your balance and fall while trying to assess and improve your balance. The first test is tandem stance. This challenges your balance by narrowing your base of support and making it more difficult to stay upright. To perform this, set yourself up in the corner of a room with a chair in front of you and simply place one foot in front of the other. Research studies show that if you can hold this position for 10 or more seconds, you're 2.4 times less likely to fall. Next up is single leg stance. This test simply involves standing on one leg for as long as possible. The study found that those who were unable to stand for 10 or more seconds were 2 to 3 times more likely to fall than those who could stand for longer than 10 seconds. Don't be discouraged if you're not very good at either of these tests. There's something that can be practiced and improved upon at any age. Next up is the 5 times sit to stand test. To perform this test, set yourself up on a chair that's about 18 inches high at the seat. Stand up and sit down as quickly as possible 5 times. If it takes you longer than 15 seconds to do this, you're going to be significantly more likely to fall. This test is one of my favorites because it measures strength very practically at home with zero equipment. If you're watching this video, my guess is that you don't want your balance to just not be so bad that you're gonna fall. You want it to be good enough that you can live an active, healthy life as you age. Maybe you want to be like our client Ken and go hike a trail through the Sierra Nevada mountains. Or like our client Jan, you want to paddleboard with your grandkids. Or like my own dad, you want to be able to snow ski with your grandkids for decades to come. If that's you, you're going to not just want not bad balance, you're going to want excellent balance. And in order to have excellent balance, you need really strong legs. The best way to assess leg strength is with the squat. Now, when it comes to the squat, we have 3 different levels of achievement in our program at Village, and we've found that they practically correlate to certain levels of risk with balance impairments and falls. The first level of achievement is the stepping stone. This involves adding 20% of your body weight in the form of a kettlebell, dumbbell, or barbell on your back, and being able to squat down to at least an 18-inch box 5 times. This represents an entry level or beginner level of strength and also brings you to what I would call a moderate fall risk. The second level of achievement is the milestone. For men, this involves squatting with an additional 90% of your body weight in the form of a barbell on your back, and for women, 50% of your body weight. It requires that you can go down to at least parallel depth with your thighs relative to the ground, and if you can do this, you're going to have a low fall risk. The final level of achievement is the standard. This represents a very high level of strength and competency relative to your age and requires for men to squat 125% of their body weight and women 100% of their body weight down to parallel 5 times. If you can achieve this, you're going to have an ultra low fall risk and you're going to have an incredible ability to go and do the fun things that you want to do as you age. Now, these assessments will give you a solid understanding of where your balance is when you start. Don't be discouraged by where you are now, but rather be encouraged that you can, at any age, make an improvement to your balance and your strength. Next up, we'll take a look at the exact exercises that we've used at Village to help countless seniors improve their balance and their strength. Let's put what we've learned into action. Today, we're gonna learn 4 key exercises that I've used to help countless seniors improve their balance and their strength. And before we get to the 4, I wanna give you a bonus movement that you can do in your daily life that's so easy you can do it while you're brushing your teeth. And that is to simply stand on one leg. James Clear coined the term habit stacking to refer to putting a habit that you want to adopt on the back of a habit that you already do. For example, brushing your teeth is a habit I hope you already do in your daily life. Now, anytime you brush your teeth, you can stand on one leg. Just be sure to put your hand over the counter to catch yourself if you do lose your balance. The first exercise that we do in our program related to balance is the single leg top-down deadlift. This exercise demands that you have full range of motion through your hip, through your sciatic nerve, and the back of your body, and puts you on one leg to challenge your balance through a range of motion. It's much more practical and effective than just standing on one leg, and has other benefits to go along with it. As you progress, you can begin to add weight in the form of a dumbbell at your chest, and you can move further and further through the range of motion. The end goal is to be able to do this with 25% of your body weight and to go down to a 90-degree bend between your trunk and your standing leg. Next up is the Village step. This exercise not only challenges your balance, but also improves your leg strength, specifically with the initial portions of unlocking and loading your knee, which is really important for going downstairs, hiking, and many other activities that are important to the seniors that we work with. I recommend starting this exercise holding on to something like a vertical pole for support. As you continue to get more proficient at this movement, you can begin to do it from an elevated surface. The standard for this exercise is to use an additional 25% of your body weight in the form of dumbbells at your sides. We max this at 50 pounds on a 7.5-inch platform, and to perform 10 repetitions on each side. Next up is the squat. This is the king of lower body movements, one of the most important exercises for having strong legs and good balance as you age. You can start this movement as simply as sitting down and standing up from a chair. This is very similar to the 5-time sit to stand test that we talked about earlier. Once you can do that proficiently 10 times, you're gonna wanna begin to add weight. I recommend starting with a goblet squat, either holding a kettlebell or a dumbbell. Once holding the weight becomes the limiting factor in your squat, you're gonna wanna move to a barbell back squat. Now, this is where having some coaching is really important because it is a technically demanding movement. We recommend that our clients do 3 sets of 5 barbell back squats, a minimum of 1 time per week, to ensure that they have strong legs and good balance. The final exercise is the jump. Power, or the ability to generate force and strength quickly, is a crucial aspect in fall prevention. When we start working with a new client, we have them begin by doing an arm swing heel raise. Eventually they progress to mini hops, then depth jumps, and then full-blown broad jumps when they're ready. Jumps are one of the exercises that it's really, really important to progress slowly. It takes a long time for our bones, our cartilage, our tendons, and our ligaments to adapt to the stresses imposed upon them from an exercise like jumps. So you want to make sure to give your body plenty of time to follow through this process. Not only is exercise going to help improve your balance and decrease your risk of falls, they're also going to help you to be more confident in your body, stronger, and to be more active as you age. Our modern medical world today has led far too many seniors to believe that losing our health and our balance as we age is inevitable. Our belief here at Village is that your body has everything that it needs programmed into your DNA for you to have incredible balance well into your life. All you need to do is to put your body in the right environment, and it'll take care of the rest. My charge to you today is to find that environment, work these balance exercises into your life, and reap the benefits for decades to come. Thanks for watching.